You know what's wild? The thing that's blocking your progress might be the thing you're most proud of. Your standards, your taste, your "I just want it to be good." Because for a lot of high achievers, perfection isn't a virtue. It's a hiding place. And there's a story, an experiment that exposes it. A ceramics teacher splits a class into two groups. Group 1 gets graded on quantity. No vibe checks, no potential, just output. On the final day, the teacher brings out a scale and says, if you make 50 pounds of pots, you get an A. 40 pounds equals B, and so on. Group 2 gets graded on quality. They only have to make one pot, but it has to be perfect. Now, pause. If you're an achiever, you already know which group feels more right. The quality group feels disciplined, serious, elite. But at grading time, the teacher notices something that should punch you in the chest. The highest quality pots came from the quantity group. Because the quantity group was moving. They were experimenting, messing up, learning what clay does when it's too wet, too dry, too thin, too rushed. Meanwhile, the quality group, they were stuck in theory, trying to think their way into perfection, and ended up with grandiose theories and a pile of dead clay. That's the Pottery Paradox. The people obsessed with quality produce less quality, and the people obsessed with output accidentally build greatness. The problem: the overplanner and inertia. Let me introduce a character you've definitely met. The overplanner. They've got 5 planners, 10 highlighters, a morning routine for their morning routine, a life redesign spreadsheet that could qualify as a small government, and somehow they never start, because planning feels like progress without the risk of reality. And here's why it's so hard to start. Inertia. Newton's first law says an object at rest stays at rest unless acted on by an unbalanced force. That's physics, but it's also procrastination. When you're not moving, the hardest part is the initial push. So your brain does this. If the goal is write a 5,000-word paper, your brain hears pain, exposure, failure, judgment. If the goal is start a business, your brain hears risk, uncertainty, rejection, taxes. So you don't start. Not because you're lazy, but because you made the starting line feel like a cliff. The core concept: locking in. Momentum is greater than motivation. Let's talk about what actually changes everything. Locking in. Not having a perfect day. Not finding motivation. Not waiting for confidence to magically arrive like a delivery order. Locking in is the ability to stay on one task long enough that it becomes inevitable. It's not a moment of genius, it's a period of depth. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they can't stay with the process long enough to get past the clay stage. Because early work is ugly, early drafts are embarrassing, early reps feel pointless. But the pottery story proves something. Quality is often a byproduct of volume. Not volume of busyness, volume of attempts. You don't think your way into mastery, you work your way into it. Next is the actionable step, which is the 2-minute rule plus 2-day rule. So how do you beat inertia? You shrink the start. James Clear calls this the 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Not because 2 minutes changes your life, but because 2 minutes changes your trajectory. Examples: want to get in shape? Don't get ripped. Put on your gym shoes. 2 minutes. Want to study more? Don't ace the semester. Open your notes. Want to write a book? Don't write chapter 1 perfectly. Write for 2 minutes. And here's the point. This is key. The point is not to do one thing. The point is to master the habit of showing up. Because once you start, continuing is easier than beginning. Now layer in a second rule that keeps momentum alive. Never miss 2 days in a row. James Clear frames it as never miss twice. Miss one day, that's life. Miss two, that's a pattern. And every time you show up, especially when it's small, you are casting votes for the person you want to become. Not proving you're perfect, proving you're consistent. Here's the realization that changes the game. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Goals are outcomes. Systems are how you live. And if you're stuck right now, if you're smart but stagnant, if you're ambitious but inconsistent, if you're planning but not producing, it's not because you're broken, it's because you're trying to skip the clay stage. So let me say it plainly. Stop trying to make the perfect pot. Show up, make the messy version, make the mediocre version, make the version that teaches you what not to do. Because the people who win aren't the ones who think the best. They're the ones who stay in motion long enough for quality to catch up. Get your hands dirty. Let quantity become your teacher, and quality will become your reward.